Halo, halo. Halo, to wiesz co, Halo? No wiem, wiem. Jest okej? Jest okej, nie? Znaczy powinno być okej. Powinno być okej. Dobra, witajcie tak znienacka trochę. Cześć Sidon. Cześć Geralt, cześć Ren. Cześć Lukas. Dobra, chyba słychać wszystko. Zresztą jakby coś było za głośno, to wołajcie, bo to jest mega ważne. Mega ważne, aby było dobrze wszystko słychać. W ogóle co tam, Lukars? Dobra, stajemy. I idziemy do akademii. Tylko ja mam kurde za głośno. Czekajcie, zróbmy sobie jedną rzecz. Bo samą grę ja będę mieć za głośną.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
No chyba, że ta muza na tej oazie jest taka cicha, też tak może być. Jest to autowod do denerwowania? No tu nie ma autowoda, generał. Tylko na Twitchu jest autowod, niestety. Gdzie wzięła na YouTube'a? Bo nie chcę mi się streamować bez kamerki. Chcę sobie zrobić, nadrobić story questy, a potem tą story questy i tak będę na tego YouTube'a wrzucać, więc w sumie jak zrobię od razu live'a, to od razu tutaj będzie i nie będę musiała nic edytować.
How's everything going with your thesis?
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days ago, I was worried that I'd have to stop my work on it. Thankfully, that didn't come to pass.
Tak, generał, możesz tutaj wyzywać automoda twitchowego dokładnie bez żadnych konsekwencji.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Cześć, Merupcia.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in.
No, czyli to wygląda na to, że to jest ten moment po story. Jak coś tu będą spoilery, żeby nie było. Bo to wiecie, to jest ten moment po akcji z ratowaniem Nahidy i obaleniem tych wszystkich sage'ów z tronu, można by rzec. I wybierałem teraz nowych ogólnie. Czyli co, rozumiem, że Alan został tymczasowym sage'em.
Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation and getting some much needed rest. Mondstadt sounds like a good idea.
No tak, możesz iść do Mondstadt i tam dużo wina dobrego dają, no.
They're really out of their minds, making Alhaithama the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars. I don't know why they picked a stripling like him.
A tak, już się burzą, że wzięli Alana jako tymczasowego sage'a. A ja jestem starszy doświadczeniem, ja powinienem tutaj to stanowisko objąć. Jak to? No cóż, znajomości.
No, it's because I don't understand why they chose him.
No bo ty nie wiesz, czego my wiemy, no jakby Alan się zasłużył, także uspokój się.
He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was better use of his time.
O nie, zaczyna się. Jezu, wszędzie się wszyscy srają, tutaj też się ktoś musi zastrać, no.
Reason, arrogance, misery of miseries. For the academia to have him as the acting Grand Sage?
Spoko, będzie tylko tymczasowym tym sage'em. Nie, on tak nie chce zostać sage'em, także uspokój się, dziadku.
Professor, don't get so worked up. I'll go get you some water.
Psst. Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is it?
Someone named Alhaithama. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. Hard to tell what's true and what isn't, though. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Oh, is he teaching any courses? Maybe we should drop by.
Wow. News of Alhaithama being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous than Paimon thought.
No w sumie Ala się jakoś specjalnie nie wychyla, żeby być znany. Kim są Sage? Przestałam siedzieć w fabułę. No to są ci... można ich porównać Mrobka do rektorów uniwersytetu. Czyli ci, którzy właściwie zarządzają uniwersytetem, nie? Czyli władza, pieniądze Mrobka. Nie? Szanowanie, nie? No i myśmy obalili wszystkich tych rektorów, nie? W ostatniej części fabularnej. Bo oni sobie chcieli stworzyć swojego własnego boga, którym był Wanderer obecnie. No i poszli siedzieć, nie? No i teraz muszą wybrać nowych rektorów. No i Alhaithama stanowi jakby takiego zastępcę, nie? On teraz jakby pełni obowiązki takiego rektora. Tak, on dostał boosta, ale on nie chce być rektorem, tak ogólnie, więc...
Some people are saying good things and others bad. Especially that old guy just now. He really doesn't like Alhaithama.
W ogóle jest okej z dźwiękiem, w sensie dialogi, muzyka i tak dalej do mojego mikrofonu, bo jak coś to wołajcie, pamiętajcie o tym.
Hey, are you okay? You don't look too good.
Tak, on to tam woli sobie czytać książki niż zarządzać akademią.
The Matra.
The Matra?
I'm Ilias. I have to talk to a Matra about something important.
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push yourself. Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message to a Matra?
Kim jest Matra? Kojarzę.
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I can trust.
Wiecie co? Czekajcie chwilę, bo mój kot odpierdziela jakoś maniany. Dobra, jestem.
Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important matter.
Chodzi,
is
drapie.
not an option.
Since you put it that way, fine, we'll take you to a Matra.
Dobra, się dowiemy, kim jest ta Matra. Dobra. I to w sumie ciekawe, to...
Promised to take him to a Matra, but we don't know that many, do we? Oh, wait, Sino should be back at the Academia. Let's go find him.
No, generalnie to ciekawe jest to, że część story... O, dobra, teraz mam za głośno. Część story, jakby kontynuacja gałęzi z głównego story archonowego jest w story questie postaci. That's interesting. Hello, czekam na moda. Przecież miałeś moda? What? A to dziwne. Jezus, chwila, bo mój kot to nie wiem. Dzisiaj nie umie. Czekaj. Ja jestem ponownie. Wykopałam kota do pokoju. nie, zapomniałam ten. Requesty wywalić, ale dobra, czekajcie, po prostu tą muzykę ściszymy, bo jest jednak za głośno. O, żeby nam nie przeszkadzało. Plus tutaj sobie wyłączymy. O, żeby nam nikt nie przerywał. Dobra, idziemy. Dobra, mówisz, że jest ten, Archon się mówi, tak. Już masz moda, ale to jest dziwne, bo ten... No nie ma kamery Saku, bo jestem Właśnie dlatego jestem na YouTubie dzisiaj, bo nie o totalnie z kamerką nic. Jestem nieumalowana, nieuczesana i tak dalej, więc no. Nie będzie kamerki. Jakby była kamerka, to by była na Twitchu.
Excuse us, but is Sino at the academia?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now.
A może mu chodziło o Saino, bo Mahamatra? Chyba, że mu chodziło o jakiegoś podwładnego czy coś.
But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Bo Mahamatra to też jest chyba, znaczy chodzi o Saino? Znaczy o Saino na pewno, bo Mahamatra no to jest ten najwyższy jakby, nie? Tam.
If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
Ale jakiś nawiedzony ten typ.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana researcher?
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir.
Wiesz, czy story tego, Alana? To nie spoileruj.
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere.
A to nie jest ten jeden z tych uczniów, którzy zostali porwani wtedy w Archon Questie, co robiliśmy?
I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
No tak, ale jest Mahamatra, a może samo Matra jeszcze to jest ktoś inny, nie? Ale dobra.
There's no rush.
Patrzymy.
Please, take your time.
Czemu chodzi o Saino? Też o
What
nim
kind of
pomyślałam.
experiments was he conducting? Where is this cave?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling weird. It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped.
Saino na rektora. Nie, Saino raczej nie będzie chciał być sage'em. On ma inne rzeczy do roboty.
I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm
Może
lying?
lubi się taplać w piasku właśnie, Werewka.
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while? We'll be back soon.
Spooky, eksperymenty na ludziach.
Huh? Alhaithama?
O, jest i on.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided.
Ej, oni mają wykrywać kłamstw Subaru. Okej.
Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the Matra.
A, czyli jednak o Saino chodziło. A czy to jest normalne, że się jak skraca z Mahamatry do Matry? Myślałam, że to jest jakby podfunkcja czy coś.
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
Really? I'm surprised you have this much free time.
Na
In
pewno.
that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Trevor?
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama to participate in this investigation. As for you two...
Oj tam. Chcemy, to dołączymy. Ale on też jest matrą. W sensie, widzicie, ten Araf ma przydomek matra. Więc to chyba jest jakby pod jakiś... Widzisz? A Saino to jest Mahamatra.
Oh, never mind.
Ale dobra,
After
pewnie się
all, you were the
czepiam.
ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Nie, spoko, Paimon nikomu nie wygada.
Don't you worry, our lips are sealed.
Brooke mówiła do Nahidy, że to jest jej nowa matra. Okej.
Alright, in that case, I'll fill you in on what we know so far. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while
Cześć,
escaping.
krokodylku. Elu.
Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago.
Właśnie, Saku, możesz przypinać wiadomości? Witam, linka do Twitcha.
It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
Jak
That's
możesz.
right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Oh, come on! We already said that we're coming!
Dobra. Czy jakieś eksperymenty na ludziach, tajne badania pewnie znowu. Proszę otworzyć, dziękuję. I inne takie. Dobra, to gdzie? No proszę się tepnę tu od razu. A nie byłam tu w tawernie u nich chyba jeszcze, bo widzę, że mam wyszerzone to. Albo mi się wydaje. W sensie w środku, nie pamiętam, żebym byłam. Dobra.
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama. What's our next course of action? Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama?
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately.
Kto by czytał notatki, Alan?
The new academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Jezu, ale to tak dziwnie brzmi. Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama. Kurde, dłuższego nie było tytułu.
Sure, though I'd rather he just protect himself.
Skończyłeś już Archon Questa, Saku?
Same as ever.
Nadrobiłeś?
Ignoring people, just like you did back at Aru Village.
Answering a simplistic question
Nie
only
możesz
enables
się
the
przypinać?
questioner. Besides, I need him to
To
understand my
napisz,
position
a ja
clearly.
przypnę.
Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers.
A, to już coś pod koniec.
That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps.
Chcesz grać w Final 14? Jesus. A co z Monster Hunterem, Lucas? No nieładnie tak na kubkę wstydu wrzucać gierki. No
The
jak
test
to
was
tak?
strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
No tak, lepiej być jakimś randomem. To prawda. Zgadzam się z Alanem.
Excuse me, Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama.
Ta ironia
I
w
have a
głosie.
question on my
Oj tam.
mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
No, I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
No nie wiem, Alan, coś tam ukrywasz.
Haha, I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of your caliber.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Acting Sage Alhaithama? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage? What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise that this won't ever happen again.
I would like to ask him a few questions.
O, ty jesteś w połowie, Saku. Dasz radę, wierzę w ciebie.
Of course.
Dasz radę, wypadnie ci.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
What were the details of this transaction?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the case, it seems that this lead ends here. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front. However, I am curious, what do you need him for exactly?
Ale wiesz, że pytanie to pierwszy stopień do piekła, panie Araf.
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
O. Myślałam, że mu nie powie, albo coś mu odpyskuje w jakiś taki, wiecie, niemiły sposób, ale jednak mu powiedział, że robi jakieś też badania na temat amnezji. Chce pomóc uzyskać mu pamięć.
We'll be returning to the academia then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
Follow me.
Pewnie. Ja bardzo chętnie ciebie będę śledzić. O, ale z Alanem. Wiedziałam, że masz brata bliźniaka.
At the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Ugh, that means we're stuck. Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue. Hey, do you know?
Yes,
Paren.
we were classmates.
O, oni chodzili do tej samej klasy z tym Sirajem.
That's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic endeavors. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the academia. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
No następny, kurde, powalony, który będzie robił jakieś eksperymenty. Ugh.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, wait, Ilyas? Can you try to remember things again? Maybe something new will pop up.
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a thick mist.
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done, I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try. But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just so much I can't recall.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Suraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry, we'll help you get them all back.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I don't know how to describe it. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment. But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly paycheck.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there.
Okej. Dalej w sumie mało co wiemy, ale się rozkręcam. Ja już zapomniałam, jak ładna jest muzyka w Sumeru. No, fajna jest.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look? Are there any issues with it?
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit compared to past figures.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted topic. Might I ask why you are here today?
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's here for his paycheck.
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilyas, where have you been these past few days? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word. Everyone had to pick up the slack.
O nie, jeszcze mu się dostaje, że go nie było od kilku dni, a tyle roboty tutaj mieli. O, będzie minusik.
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up, but I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up for it?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one thing that is yet to be settled. Do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research app. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that. Chandra is probably having coffee at this hour, so you can find him at the cafe.
Understood. Then, about my paycheck.
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be
No
considerate
porwali
to
go,
your
no,
colleagues and
Makesh.
give them some forewarning at least.
Matko.
Is this acceptable, Acting Grand Sage Alhaithama?
I have no objections.
No typa porwali, a ten mu jeszcze nie chce wypłacić jego wypłaty. Ajajaj. Czekajcie. No dobra, czekajcie, bo tak nie będziemy na piechotę szli, nie? Się tepniemy tutaj szybciej.
Elias? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard that you canceled your research project, so I'm just here to ask you why.
Jak to wygląda? Tyle ludzi. To się mogę go samego na przykład puścić, nie? Bo tak to... No biedny tutaj teraz presję ma.
That, it's really nothing special. I just don't feel like going anymore.
Ej, a czy to nie jest głos tego dworżaka Saku? Bo... To nie jest ten głos? No! O Boże, ile on dubbinguje kwestii. O matko.
Canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately, haven't they?
Ja rozumiem, że serio Hojo nie lubi dubbingowania, ale żeby do kilku osób brać to samo, w sensie, no nie od dziś wiadomo, że nawet i główne postaci dubbingują te same. No to nam po kosztach. 3 nawet? O Jezus, a kto jest trzecią?
Yeah. Say, who might you be? You look sort of familiar.
Ma taki dosyć specyficzny też ten głos, od razu poznałam. Ja już gdzieś go słyszałam.
Don't mind me. Please.
On nie zna Alana. O ty dziadzie, to jest twój nowy Grand Acting Sage, a ty nawet nie wiesz, no co za... Och.
Well, with the downfall of the Sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated.
No właśnie ma ten sam głos co dwórzak, jakby nawet nie zmienił tonacji, nie?
With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
Ale to tak samo jak voice actor Zhongliego, on ma tak specyficzny głos, że jemu jest też ciężko w sumie, żeby jakoś zmienić, żeby brzmiał nawet trochę inaczej.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new sages would have interest in, right?
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation to start new research.
So what are the other reasons?
Tak, wiem, no to nie jest jego wina, tylko Hojo, nie?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately run various tests and experiments.
Widzicie, tak wygląda, gdyby wam włączono internet. Brak dostępu do informacji, trzeba wracać do starych, dobrych książek.
I see.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data and files ever again? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for a recognized researcher to start a project before immediately applying to join.
Cześć, Lela!
Although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus on our assigned tasks.
No ja dlatego informuję na Discordzie, jak się odpalam, jak się odpalam. W sensie to tak przypadkowo, bo w sumie zrobiłam już wszystko i stwierdziłam, że kurde, zrobiłabym sobie ten quest Alana tak trochę, wiecie, na chillku. Więc no, nie, na Twitterze ja nie, tam się nie streamuję. W sensie ja na Twitchu tylko streamuję, a na TikToku streamuję w tym samym czasie co na Twitchu, bo Twitch tylko tą platformę pozwala, nie? Także tak się od razu zapiszę przynajmniej. Cześć Mosak, ten film i będzie od razu gotowy, nie? No, ale to tak, incognito dzisiaj trochę, nie? Na Twitterze się kanceluje. Sako. Cześć Kinga. O nie, pewnie ten typ mu jakoś, wiecie, jakiegoś chipa włożył do mózgu i teraz te efekty. Odbiera 5G, biedny.
I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me as he approached. You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module. Like a worker bee in a beehive.
O Jezu, czy ja dobrze rozumiem? Ten Siraj chce kontrolować ludzkie umysły? O matko.
Paimon doesn't get it. What does that even mean?
It's what Siraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution. Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and drive humans toward their ultimate evolution. First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
Paimon still doesn't get it. What's the point of all that?
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility.
Ale to coś takiego zrobił
Eventually,
Dottore
everyone's mind
przecież.
will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to individual humans.
Whoa. Squishing a whole bunch of people together? Paimon thinks that sounds horrible.
It's just as Alhaithama said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's basic needs. Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number. I also recall that Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be complete.
Oh no, then we gotta hurry! We have to stop him before it's complete!
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall where the cave is. I'm really sorry.
Take your time. You'll eventually remember it all. However, something doesn't seem right. Some details don't add up.
What's off?
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
I'm not sure what Siraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway, we're done here.
Please, wait. I heard you all talking about Siraj just now. Are you looking for him?
Huh?
Ej, no nie mogę, jak słyszę go teraz, to widzę
Siraj is
dworżaka,
pretty
no.
popular as of late. I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong contender for being one of the next sages. There are many who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm not
Nie, nie mam
special,
szala
though, so I doubt I'd
90.
get the opportunity.
Znaczy nie, ja go nie robię na 90. Ja go muszę zasendować po prostu.
That
Ale
said,
nie,
I
nie,
do
jeszcze
know a
nie.
researcher who received an invitation from Siraj but declined it. Her name is Janaki. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the garden.
A nie, pub ja już nie potrzebuję, Saku. No, wczoraj zebrałam wszystkie pupy na niego, bo ja potrzebuję tych maców i bossa. Nie, bossa tylko potrzebuję. A bossa mam tylko do zrobienia. No, także. No, a potem jeszcze broń, ale broń to już na 90, nie? Więc luzik, a to gdzieś na dole jest. Dobra. Że już szybko uzbierałeś. O, tu jest ta Janaki.
Are you Janaki?
O Jezu, jaka niemiła.
Ilias?
Do you know me? I'm sorry, but I don't recognize you.
Are you playing dumb with me?
O Jezus, laska, ty nic nie wiesz, ty się uspokój.
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memories.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done?
Ale nie wiemy, co on zrobił, to nam wytłumacz.
Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners teaming up. What a terrible thought.
Ej, to jest niesamowite, ale ja myślałam, że Alan ma więcej szacunku wśród ludzi Sumeru.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I have no interest in that. I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me and I was
Bo ona
also
niby jest
interested
starsza,
in this
nie?
project.
Gdzieś skrzynkę za nią? A no, jest tam jakaś skrzynka.
I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway,
Lucas.
he said that I could be number 45. I refused because I thought that rank was too low.
Lol.
No one wants to be placed at the bottom. Certainly not me.
Ilias is number 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45. Ugh. Just how many people did Siraj have his eyes on?
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back then? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from each person. I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering system.
I see. He believed, putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their Jnana energy. At most, Jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me, I refused, and that was the end of it. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this eyesore.
Please wait. I still want to know what I did in the past.
You really forgot?
I swear, I don't remember anything.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memory.
I see. You know what? It's better this way.
O weź, będziesz go torturować teraz tym, że on nie wie, co ten, będziesz pewnie się na niego brzydko patrzeć, on biedak nie wie, co ci zrobił.
I get angry just thinking about it, so I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including me. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Kurde, kapabura.
And she's
Wredna.
gone. She doesn't seem to like you very much.
I really don't. But after she said that, I've had this heavy feeling.
No
in my
mówię,
chest.
teraz będzie za nim to chodziło, bo nie wie, co
I
zrobił.
guess I did something.
No,
Do you
powie coś
want to
złego.
remember?
Huh?
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost your memory. No one can force you to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember, all you would need to do is feign ignorance and tell us that you tried the best you could, but to no avail.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt a sense of freedom when I realized I had lost my memories. But I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still want to remember everything. What should I do?
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be on file somewhere. Would you like me to look into it?
Yes, please.
All right. Then let's return to the House of Dana. We've spent enough time here, and you should go and get your paycheck.
Okej. Gdzie ta skrzynka? O, tu. Ej, ona tak stoi. Tak po prostu, se tu stała, nie?
Don't
Aha.
let any of it roll away now.
Okej. No cóż. Wiecie, dzięki temu questowi byłam w stanie znaleźć skrzynkę. I to nie byle jaką. Właściwie warto robić te questy. Czekajcie, bo zwykle się zgubiłam. Jep. Nie mogę iść jak normalnie jak człowiek, ale okej, nieważne. A nie, chyba, że to mamy do akademii wejść, coś? O, dobra, poprowadzi nas. No problem. No, skitu.
Let's split up for now.
Okay.
Ilyas, you go and deal with that. The rest of you, come to the archives with me. We'll meet back here later and then head over to Gandharvaville.
Który wyżej? A, ten. Dobra. Jezus. Masz.
Okay. Thank you all so much.
Relax, Ilyas. Being nervous accomplishes nothing.
That's true. I'm ready. No matter what I've done, I'm ready to face it. I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put an end to all of this.
I'm holding you to that. See you later.
Ciekawe. Tak, YouTube, no. YouTube i emotki.
Wait.
No, z tymi kluczykami. No to chyba KWH są faktycznie te klucze. Wtedy co, jak się kłócili i potem on na koniec powiedział, a chyba zapomniałam dać kluczy do domu, cóż nie wejdzie. O, Alan z Alanem.
Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
No bo jakoś do Alana mi nie pasują. Nie pasuje mi keychain z lewkiem, nie? Więc... A, tutaj. No nie, jak wygląda keychain Alana, no też jestem ciekawa.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilyas's file. Let's meet downstairs.
Dobra, znalazł dokument tego typka. Że wyjmie więcej informacji.
What have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the academia for your courage and sense of justice. You were considered a hero.
Huh? Me?
Yes. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him. Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the Matra. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Are any memories coming back to you?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's being ripped apart again. It hurts. Did I seriously do that? Then why?
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over it.
I'm sorry. That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I try to remember.
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it involves memories that you don't want to remember. Just do what you think is right.
Thank you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time, but it does make me feel more confident about the situation I'm in.
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's paycheck to his sister.
Dobra. Gdzie to teraz? Gdzieś dalej. Dobra, to się tepniemy od razu tu. Będzie szybciej. Ale ładny zachód słońca. Kurde, znaczy ogólnie Sumeru wyszło fajnie. Jest bardzo malownicze. Mega, podoba mi się. Co prawda trochę taki recykling, ale ogólnie fajnie mi to wyszło. Oprócz oczywiście kwestii eksploracji, bo ta, jak wiemy, pozostawia wiele do życzenia. Aczkolwiek jestem ciekawa, jak będzie to wszystko wyglądało w Fontaine.
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
To się okaże, że jego siostra go też nienawidzi za coś. Po coś.
Ilias, what are you doing back here?
Oprócz.
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how everyone was doing.
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all right. You can tell us. Ilias, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache. I haven't been getting much rest lately.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the academia. You can always come back home.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Ilias doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Hey! That's enough, you two. Ilias isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home. Ilias, let's find somewhere to talk. So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck. How's everything at home?
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to conform a bit more.
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilias? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to enjoy life.
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good. Are you a friend of his?
More so these two. My name is Alhaithama, and this is the Traveler in Paimon.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, I feel more at ease knowing that my brother has friends. Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry, but I still have things I need to take care of.
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I'll get going then. Take care of yourself.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys...
You remember now?
Yes. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. Remember when I asked at the tavern, I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant was a sense of loathing.
Loathing?
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I dislike to that extent. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
O Jezus, to taki w tyłku mam wszystkich innych gapugajny.
But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now. I'll take you there.
Really? That's Paimon remembers that you said there are 2 things that you had to do. We've only checked off 1, right? What about the other one? Are we not gonna...
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Siraj before he completes his collective consciousness, or it'll be too late.
You're right. Let's head out.
YouTube, Saku, niestety. YouTube w ogóle strasznie tnie algorytmy i wszystko, co może, no. Także dostaniesz pewnie powiadomienie o streamie po 2 albo 3 godzinach, czy coś. No. W ogóle YouTube to też odpierdziela jakieś takie swoje maniany, niestety. A duzi twórcy się z tym strasznie zmagają, że praktycznie chyba 60-70% nawet osób nie dociera w ogóle nowe filmy i tak dalej. No, chujowy charakter ma Alan, w sensie no ma takie wywalone, nie? No wszystkich, więc Już. Ale design ma ładny. No jak pomoże, to pomoże na taki swój trochę niekonwencjonalny sposób. Także. Ale tylko nie na streamy Saku, ogólnie na filmy też. Tak generalnie. Streamy to już swoją drogą.
This is the place.
It's so well hidden.
Dobra, mamy tu jakiegoś cave'a teraz chyba, nie? Tak jest, dobra. To idziemy. Specjalne dungeony do story też są spoko. O ile nie zawiera jakichś zagadek, bo no wiadomo.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Ilyas? Do you remember this place? Huh?
I don't.
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait here?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
Tak, no to już jest standard, że przy każdym story questie jest jakaś domenka do zrobienia, no.
We'll continue in and see if he catches up to us.
Ma tu swój jakiś urok, bo przynajmniej coś się robi, a nie tylko, wiesz, cutscenka, nie? Więc spoko. No i pewnie też poukrywane skrzynki, bo czasami właśnie są jakieś skrzyneczki poukrywane. Zazwyczaj. Jak kogoś interesuje, żeby zbierać. O. O proszę.
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth?
To ta lanterka może być odpalana, ale może być zupełnie inny gadżet ubrany? Tak, ona działa jako pet. W sensie pewnie podczas tego questa czy coś, ale tak samo chyba było z jakąś inną rzeczą, inną gadżetem, że też można było go bo ta antenka działa na pustyni z różnymi takimi elementami. W sensie ona rozwala te takie wiatry na pustyni, te takie kulki wiatrowe.
He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application, and whenever the project hits a wall,
Ale nie wiem, czy
he
zostanie na
asks you for
zawsze.
help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Czy to tylko na potrzeby tego questa, bo to jest dżin, nie? W lampie. No. Właśnie ją trzymam, bo w sumie ładnie wygląda.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you. He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right. Why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything. And I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. All for a measly 20,000 mora? He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
No, jest nerwus, bo nie podoba mu się to, że jego kolega odwala całą brudną robotę, a śmietankę se spija ten właśnie Rażu? Nie Rażu, jak mu tam było, ten co teraz go w ogóle śledzimy i szukamy, bo jakieś eksperymenty na ludziach robi. Więc w sumie się chłopak przejmuje, nie? I tak jakby jest to trochę nie fair, nie? No, więcej petów, więcej skinów, Saku, Boże. Więcej koopa, więcej endgame'u. Tyle rzeczy można dać w tej gry, a tego nie robią, więc...
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilyas was connecting to the collective consciousness.
Tak, więcej czegokolwiek, no.
Connecting.
A nie, karty byłyby spoko. Karty byłyby spoko, gdyby je zrobili pod PvP i zbalansowali. I żeby można było właśnie zdobywać primo z nagród, tak? Taki Hearthstone, wiecie, nagrody na koniec sezonu itp. itd. Tylko właśnie z karcianką. I to byłoby super. No ale nie zrobili, no.
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished.
No to mówię, że musieliby najpierw zbalansować. Jakby zbalansowali karty, no to mogliby zrobić, nie? Ale oni poszli po prostu na adwisy, dali karty i bawcie się NPC-tami, tyle.
Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
Co prawda możecie grać w kopie, ale nie ma z tego nagród, nie? Dobra, lecimy dalej. Ja bym przyjęła tego Gina jako peta. Nie wiem, może się dostanie go potem po questie. Tak jak było z tym. Chociaż nie wiem, chociaż kurde chyba nie, albo nie wiem w sumie czy było, a nie, w sumie nie, guzik, bo oni tego tutaj, tego zapowiedzieli, że to będzie jako pet chyba. Tak mi się wydaje, on był zapowiedziany jako pet, on był z questa co prawda, ale chyba był zapowiedziany, a ten Genie w ogóle nie był zapowiedziany, więc chyba nie. Ale wiecie, nadzieja umiera ostatnia. O, skrzynka. Mówiłam, że są skrzyneczki. A, bo jak tu pewnie wyjmę, to się zamknie, okej. No czekajcie, bo to nie mogło być takie hop-siup, nie? Pewnie tutaj. Teraz mogę sobie wyjąć stąd. Położę sobie tu i sobie wyjmę stąd. Yes. No tak, no bo to nie jest karcianka zrobiona pod PvP. Jakby oni zrobili karciankę pod PvP i ją dobrze zbalansowali, takie tam. No to byłoby spokojnie. A nie mogę do ustawień wejść, no nic. Ale te dźwięki są dużo głośniejsze, nie wiem czemu.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Ale dobra, mam nadzieję, że wam to nie przeszkadza. Już? Jeszcze jeden.
Illusion shattered. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
Wspierajkę udział, że update tych kart będzie dodawanie nowych kart postaci. No tak, no już tak jest. Dodali co? Kli? I kogo tam dodali? Chyba 2 karty dodali, nie? A coś ty myślał? Karcianka to jest kula u nogi jak Sylas w LoLu, jeśli pamiętasz. Tak, pamiętam. Kopiuję ulty postaci. Przy każdych nowych postaci trzeba ingerować nową postać, ale również tego Sylasa Spaghetti. Ciąg dalszy. No tak, a czyli no mnie się już ta karcianka znudziła, nie? Więc jakby... ale tu ładnie. Się pomysł fajny, no ale jako dla osoby, która robi jakiś tam competitive albo jakiś taki fajny... A co to za to?
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Są ludzie jacyś.
Alhaithama. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you brought down?
You could have played hero any time, so why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that.
Cześć, Poci!
Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer, but he chose now of all times to...
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to complete their studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand now?
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
Hey, you're blinking out again.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet.
No, to wiadomo, Sako. Okej, eventy są często połączone z moim story grindując. Tak, story main questy się tam grinduje. Zdobywasz dodatkowe nagrody do ograniczenia czasu, potem już znikają i są to podstawowe. No. No to zrobili inaczej, nie? No cóż.
Just in case, why don't we take both keys with us?
A czekaj, bo jak to wezmę, to mi się tu... A, to mi się pozamyka. A to? Mogę tak zrobić? A, mogę tak zrobić. Okej. Ciekawe. A, tego już tak nie mogę zrobić. Okej.
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make exceptions for heroes, now can we? Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Huh? Getting a reputation for being too unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
I understand.
You seem troubled.
Who are you?
Ah, where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
Siraj? I've heard of you before. Do you need something from...
The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair share of trouble. After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions. However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. That way, your life won't be so dolorous. How about it? Wanna have a go?
What did you see?
Paimon can't believe it! He really did trick us! That giga jerk! No, Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilias is just a regular jerk. Ooh, Paimon's so mad! We're gonna find him and we're gonna make him explain himself.
you've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilyas. And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. Bring you all here to throw off the Matra and bring Alhaithama to the hive. That was my task as Siraj number 36.
Co za impostor?
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's lie detector test!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time, even my identity and assigned responsibilities. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose to delete those memories. It's difficult to fool Alhaithama, so I had to create the perfect guise for myself.
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Correct. I only told you that the hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was already living as number 36. Now, I choose to return to that identity. Only here can I be truly free. That's all I wanted to say. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective. And so, this is goodbye.
Is this your decision?
Yeah, the person we know is Ilyas, not Siraj number 36. The outside world is painful sometimes, but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to run away.
Do you need more time to consider, Ilyas?
Hey, who are...
That is Siraj.
So you're that giga jerk!
Giga jerk? Huh, how bold of you. Have I done something to offend you? I modified Akasha terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the academia to build a collective consciousness. I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst themselves. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought. This is what they have chosen. All I've done is fulfill their wishes.
You're just trying to justify yourself!
Then I ask you, what's the difference between here and the outside? There are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle and listless. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the fringes will attempt to fit in after suffering setbacks. Isn't that right, Ilyas? There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural for social creatures to congregate together, and the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with humans, and this model becomes even more potent. Welcome to the hive, Alhaithama. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project before the Grand Sage.
Porąbane, powiem wam.
A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any of this. You don't care about the pain of others. But I didn't give up. I made my thesis into reality.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are? The answer is the academia. They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to install me as a sage. The collective consciousness links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. We are able to execute complex undertakings while instantaneously modifying our strategies in response to unexpected situations. Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, I'll use my growing influence to turn the collective consciousness into a legitimate study. The project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in control. And it will lead the academia towards a new future.
Ale ten Syriasz chyba zapomniał o Nahidzie. Ja nie wiem, Nahida widzę, że już została zapomniana totalnie. Ona się nas pewno nie skapnie, że nagle wszyscy jakby się dziwnie zachowują. No ale dobra.
What can you achieve with mere words? You weren't even able to change Ilyas's mind. Return to the hive, number 36.
Yes.
Wait! Don't go back! Look! There are lots of people out there worried about you. And you aren't an outcast. Aren't we your friends?
No właśnie mi to trochę nie pasuje, no ale dobra.
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When you leave, tragedy will repeat itself. Return, number 36. You know as well as I do that comforting words don't make life any easier.
Ilyas? Why?
You two are just as arrogant as Alhaithama. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want easy lives.
Możemy już skopać mu tyłek?
I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. This proves that I know more about human nature than you do, Alhaithama. Do say a word or two. I will consider them as your last.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when Ilyas returned to this collective consciousness of yours.
Ta, Cyclop Kinga, no.
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me. However, when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members. This includes his perception of me.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
A, bo jemu mówiono, że Alan jest zły i niedobry. Okej, to już wiemy, skąd się to wzięło
This
teraz.
contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new
I
conflicts.
teraz są w konflikcie emocjonalnym. Kurde.
So you knew that Ilyas would return to the hive? And then you pretended to keep him around just to fool Siraj. Wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhaithama. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take the
Czaty.
opportunity to...
Znowu Alan to zrobił. Znowu on gra na dwa fronty. To jest po prostu masakra. W sensie, znaczy taka pozytywna masakra, żeby nie było, ale tak jak było w Archon Questie, on gra na dwa fronty. Ja myślałam, że on jest zły i niedobry jednak. I on znowu tutaj jakby wiedział więcej i nam nie powiedział i w ogóle wywalone, nie?
Wait, it's back to normal already.
Alhaithama, I told you.
Sayuri.
Arrogant.
Zjadłem.
Did you really think that your little scheme would be enough to destabilize the hive? Ilyas's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but such a meager drop cannot give rise to waves. Your struggle has been in vain, and it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collective consciousness so formidable.
Kurde, dobra, gdzie walka?
So many monsters. Where did they come from? And something feels off about...
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Even so, they are part of it. Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved, much like soldiers who have undergone strict training. Now then, drown in endless waves of monsters. You will all pay.
Ale ty wiesz, że te potworki mi nic nie zrobią, nie?
Hey, Alhaitham? Your plan didn't work, so what do we do now?
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive it. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Well, all right. Paimon doesn't know how you get so confident, but we'll hold them off for as long as we can.
Dobra, troszkę walki, żeby nie było.
Busted.
Allow me.
Sklikłam se.
Here you are.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Nie wiem, mnie tam głos Paimon irytuje w każdej wersji, więc... więc w sumie...
Alhaitham isn't that bad of a person.
Oho, zaczyna się dziać te rzeczy.
But it has to be done. He must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
Scatter!
You see? That is the will of the collective. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work. An external anomaly cannot shake the collective's stability.
Hold the line.
Here you are.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong at the Academia. The Matra.
Nie, może chodzi faktycznie o tego Saino Saku. O niego Matra. Może.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx
O,
of information?
zaczyna się pierdzielić wszystko.
As the Overmind, I command you.
A, se możesz im rozkazywać. O, już się skończyłam. Dobra, sorry.
Illusion shattered.
Defract. Here you are.
Hold the line.
No. No użyj się tego skilla. Jesus.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
How is that possible?
O,
Hasn't it been
przed
resolved?
duży.
Was there an error in our judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment.
But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. He is number one. His judgment is the optimal one.
On ich pewnie oszukał, on wcale nie jest taki mądry.
The process of elimination.
Kurde, ile achievementów po kolei. Cześć, Orsucz. A, to tak chwilowo.
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36. What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive. I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane,
it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet. I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
Wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list! Siraj is alive!
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
The hive shut down?
Kurde, scenka jak z Avengersów jakiś. Ja, fajna, fajna.
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately followed the collective consciousness's judgment. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect upon encountering negative emotions. The disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind.
Setbacks in the plan further amplify doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions.
Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do not share completely transparent channels of communication. But in the hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was the trigger for all of this. A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words, Siraj.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even back then, you knew that Ilias was the bait all along? But how did you know? Since when?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and disciplined. You would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any mistake without a resolution.
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you, someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal. I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive you.
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant one here?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile. You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your kind.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the academia to stand trial.
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my job description. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you away.
Teraz Sino powinien tu wbić właśnie. O, właśnie. O Boże, ten timing.
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Pojawił się na koniec, kurde. Co tam, Saino?
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Wait, what do you mean you left a letter? Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that you had left a letter for Sino. So you really did know that something was up with Ilyas from the start! You lied to us too!
It'd be best if you didn't spout nonsense. I never employed any mode of trickery on you. By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed therein, your vision may improve. Do you need it?
Seriously? This guy. By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia. We can't let those jerks get away!
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons, and we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, Alhaithama.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you. See you.
See ya. Do zobaczenia. Nara.
And off he goes. There still are a lot of test subjects.
Oh no. Oh no. I was involved in all these. What came over me?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhaithama might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sent. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him. It seems our future at the Academia will be full of uncertainties.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me with a strange sense of guilt. I didn't feel anything towards Alhaitham at first, since he wasn't well known. All the opinions I heard about him were negative, though. Siraj made us hate Alhaitham, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Alhaitham?
Sure, Paimon will help you tell Alhaitham. But whether he chooses to forgive you is up to him.
It's okay. No matter what he chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better.
It's time to go.
Let's go.
So, were they all duped? We can ask Alhaitham about that later.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. Yet, my life as Ilyas goes on. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward with the truth, but I didn't have the courage then. So in the end, I lost my sense of
Ilyas?
Don't be sad. I'm the one who deceived you. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. The moment the hive collapsed, an idea popped into my head. I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into wasn't as powerful as I had imagined. Understanding that gave me courage somehow. Perhaps one day I could be just like Alhaitham and not care about what anyone else thinks.
You can do it. Paimon believes in you.
Thanks. Well, I should get going. I'm one of the primary suspects in the case, so I'll have to receive my due punishment.
Wiecie, to brzmi prawie jak ten. Głosuj na Alana. Ty też kiedyś będziesz miał w dupie wszystkich.
Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just don't want them to worry. Also, please apologize to Alhaitham for me. Goodbye, you two.
All the test subjects have been taken away. I'll have my subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation, and destroy the system. Are you too hurt? I brought bandages and hemostatics.
Paimon's fine. Just a little tired.
Get some rest. Alhaitham is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Go see him when you're done here. Watch out for any of Siraj's associates who might still be in hiding. If you encounter anything you can't take...
Okay, you stay safe too.
wracaj, no.
Let's go meet up with Alhaitham.
Okej, czyli co, domek zrobiony, yes. Dobra, idziemy na mowę końcową. Prawdopodobnie.
The matter's settled. We can return now. I actually thought it would have been settled sooner. This took... Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions. I respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now, so I'm not going to field any question.
Hey, we're not your colleagues.
Właśnie, halo.
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
What? Are you kidding me? You're not leaving today until you explain what happened back at Siraj's secret base.
See ya.
Ala, nie bądź taki. Za typ. Weź mu nakop, Paimon.
Done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing the subject.
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
O, czy ja go słyszę zakłopotany?
You'll know when we get there.
Okej, pokażę jakąś fajną miejscówkę. O matkaż, tyle? 1308 metrów? Gdzie ty, człowieku, chcesz iść? Gdzieś na dole. Idziemy do jego domu! O mój Boże! Właśnie się tak zastanawiałam, gdzie jest ten dom Alana. Zaprosił nas do domu! Saku! Czy ty to widzisz? A ja jestem gotowy! Ej, to też było niespodziewane.
Yes.
O mój Boże!
What's with you all of a sudden? Being all polite and inviting us over?
Jeszcze kawecha brakuje. Kurwa, Orchi, przestań to robić!
You're back.
Jesus
Quick, come help me
Christ!
see if this painting's all straightened.
O.
And
O, może nas oficjalnie teraz przedstawi. A bo wtedy myśmy tylko widzieli jego rozmowę i tyle, a teraz może oficjalnie się przedstawimy.
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
No nie robiłam tego przecież.
you're not from the academia, are you?
I'm unsure she's seen you before. You're that person from that time in that one place!
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no, do people know that I live here?
What? You're embarrassed only now of all times?
Oh, you guys are
Roomies!
Yes, we are, but keep that to yourselves. Please, don't tell anyone else.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them. You all chat in the meantime.
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Alhaitham?
O Boże.
Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Alhaitham hired to pretend to be his friends, would you?
Nah.
What?
W sumie wygląda jakby miał ciuchy pyro, nie, Saku?
Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise. You guys get it, right? You know, with his
But aren't you his?
I wouldn't say friends exactly. Okay, well, we used to be, but we're not anymore.
O, aż mi się teraz smutno zrobiło, bo kiedyś przyjaciółmi już nie są. No to czemu siedzisz u niego w chacie, Kabech?
Don't worry about it. My name is Kave. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Anyway, please don't say anything about me living here.
You seem like you got a lot going on. So maybe Samora will make Paimon shut up.
Are you serious? How could you? Of course. You're Alhaitham's friends.
They are not friends anymore, they are together now. No, kiss. Szczerze, liczyłam, że powie coś w tym stylu, ale chyba nie.
That was a normal response. You exposed your own weakness.
Still, why do you have to treat me like he does?
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the
Nie,
books here.
obraził się. Nie, kawę wróć. Wróć.
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is late. Paimon wants to know,
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually responded with 2 lines of reasoning. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the academia. The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too conservative.
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those...
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity altogether. The optimal solution to achieve collective consciousness is to focus solely on the overmind and treat the other test subjects as tools.
That's way too dangerous. You're not seriously considering that, are you? 'Cause...
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have felt his work to be just as It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans. That's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run contrary to evolution.
Paimon gets it.
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans
Yeah,
are
wrócił.
humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species in another decade, I wager.
Są świetni.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
Nie mogę. Ja to muszę skopiować. Czekajcie chwilę, to muszę tu wrzucić. O Boże, to jest świetne. Czekajcie, wrzucę to jako spoiler, żeby nie było. Nie, to jest... Uwielbiam tą relację między nimi.
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for
Empatyczny
eavesdropping, but
grzyb.
what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher...
Are you all okay? Huh. So that's how things... Such is life. If only he'd known, Alhaitham could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided. Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been sitting there waiting for someone to sort through them for an age. If you're not gonna read them, tidy them away!
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversational skill.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he? Well, having said all that, are you okay?
O, jednak się martwił o niego.
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my taste in decoration.
O nie. Jezus, ale on jest wredny dla niego, bez kitu. Alan jest dla niego wredny. Kawek to trochę próbuje jakby, jednak ma jakieś uczucia, ale jest dla niego po prostu wredny.
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic.
You whisper very loudly.
Oh,
Do you have any more questions?
let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologized to you. They hope that you can forgive them.
I bear them no ill will. More accurately, I don't really care about what they think of. To some extent, they were also fooled by Siraj. The Matra will take this into account at their
Ilias also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville, but he didn't have the... He apologized to you.
It doesn't matter. I never considered asking him to come forward with the truth. Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person. There's no need to lay even more criticism on him. Criticizing the brave only shows how weak you yourself are. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Kawek ma... Nie, ale ta dwójka jest fajna. Mi się podoba, prawda? Kawek jest bardziej ludzki, bo jest przecież artystą.
Paimon doesn't
Można
have
by
any more
rzec.
questions. How about you? Oh, yeah? You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia because you were interested in something, right? But after meeting Siraj, it didn't seem like you were interested in him or his experiment.
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were willing to form a collective consciousness with him.
No, można rzec, że to jest taka relacja jak Deluxe z Keją, ale tam czuć dystans pomiędzy nimi, ale on jest związany z backstory tej dwójki, no nie? A tutaj coś bardziej jakby iskrzy, nie? Relacja jest wiele bardziej żywsza niż ta między Dilukiem a Keją.
Correct. The fall of the Sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply affected the academia. The fact that Siraj's project attracted so much interest despite not being approved speaks to the lack of research projects as of late. As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out. In addition, what happened to Ilias is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud was the right thing to do. He didn't deserve the outcome that he had received.
Paimon understands now. Oh.
I think minimum viable seriousness is a more apt description. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until my resignation.
Wait, your resignation?
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as the acting Grand Sage and go back to being its scribe.
No, mówiłam.
I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already resigned. What he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input, his unstable model would have collapsed for some other reason, so it makes no difference.
But why do you want to
I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but this process is long and takes far too much time. If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. This job isn't something I want to spend the rest of my life doing. It's important to keep your priorities straight. Well, it's about time. You two should grab some dinner as well.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya! We're gonna grab some yummies!
See ya.
See ya. O, dobra. Myślałam, że końcówka będzie znowu pitu. A tutaj jestem, kurde. A będzie można tak teraz do niego wchodzić? Ciekawe, czy można było do niego wcześniej wejść, tak do domu. Czekajcie, pozwiedzajmy trochę ten jego dom. Jaka chata, kurde. Kurcze, pieczone.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
O, to jest jeszcze jedna cutscenka, okej.
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't remember him.
Ja, pewnie większość ludzi wyszła z domu. To jest cutscenka! Kolejna!
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you.
O Jezu, spokój się, już złożył już rezygnację, no.
Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness. If the people in the academia haven't gone mad, they'd know that I'm much more suited to be a sage than you.
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that your career as a sage will be as shaky as that painting.
Jezus Maria, przestań, Alan go ciągle... Jezus, co ci ten kawek zrobił? Ja chcę wiedzieć, co on mu zrobił, że on go tak normalnie gnoi, no.
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone about to resign. In a few days, you'll be managing files again. You'll be back at rock bottom.
But my salary will likely stay the same.
Nie, Alan, przestań.
Wait, what? How come? Why do you get special treatment?
Nie. O Boże.
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
Nie, Alan, przestań. To jest okropne. O Boże. Nie, to te cutscenki są świetne.
I took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd have been better off catching up on my work. I still have designs to finish.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture with that Mora.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting uglier and uglier. What's the point of having a boring wood carving in your house?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Nie, przestań.
Fine. Go ahead and hide behind your financial success if you want. But if we forget Mora for a second, do you have anything of true value to boast about?
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing about interior design. Don't go off buying random furniture unless you take me with you.
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan, and you'd have to pay me back eventually.
Can't you just be nice and not ask for the Mora back?
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home. Word will get out sooner or later.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep all this a secret.
There's no need to
Czemu się
hide
tak
it so
wstydzi, że z nim
I
mieszka?
think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few drinks at the tavern had you spilling all your beans.
What? No, it can't be.
No, biedny kawek. A może to
Name
jego
Siraj
sugar
doesn't
daddy?
ring a bell. Was he in your class?
Może. A, dobra, bo ja tu wchodzę, po prostu jest to sama cutscenka.
He isn't
Okej.
someone who would leave.
O Jezus, nie, czemu nie ma skipu, jakbyśmy już to zrobili? Nie, no weź.
And I suppose they'd put my salary.
Powinna być opcja skipowania, skoro już obejrzałam tą cutscenkę. Jesus Christ.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to...
What? Are you trying to annoy me to...
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine.
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand.
No
Can
to,
you think
to
of any
akurat
redeeming
jest
features?
gówniane, no.
So I'll have to bring
Chciałam
you-
tam podejść.
But why would I do that?
Can't you just be...
Pretending that you're not...
Speaking of which, your friends won't say...
There's no need to hide...
What?
Dobra. Matko bosko. Okej, mogę sobie tylko popatrzeć z daleka na nich, nie? Jesus, dobra. Nie, no fajny ten dom, fajny. Można coś tu pozaglądać? Nie można. Dobra, to spróbujmy wejść i wyjść. Wejść z powrotem. Nie można wejść z powrotem! Dobrze, że pochodziłam. Będzie na TikToczka. Jakby ktoś nie wiedział, że można odwiedzić dom Alana. Bo ja byłam właśnie... Ludzie mówili o tym domu, że można będzie go odwiedzić i tak dalej, ale nie wiedziałam, że to było w tym questie. Sadgę, nie można wejść z powrotem. No. Ale mi się quest podobał. To jest koniec, nie? Tak, okej. Jest git. Zrobiona. Okej, nice. Dobra. Zapisz na mapie, że to dom Alana. W sumie, no. Trzeba zapisać. Domek Alanka. Dobra, jest zaznaczone. Także wiemy już. Kurde. Fajnie. Dobra, podobało mi się. Ja spadam. Będę jutro na Twitchu. Pogramy sobie znowu w coś. Zobaczymy. Może będę robiła tak jeden quest, wiecie, story quest, bo mam jeszcze do zrobienia. Czyli ogólnie story questów to mam tak trochę do nadrobienia. Bo jest i Tainarego, i Saino, i Nilu, i Nahidy. Trochę tych questów jest. Fajnie byłoby je zrobić, bo to też, wiecie, primo, nie? Dobra. Ja lecę. Trzymajcie się. Dobrego wieczoru życzę. Bajo.